And we're live. All right. All right, let's do it. Okay, this is the part that's the kicker. Trying to get this fence going has proven to be very annoying. I think we go back to the idea of the wall. Hold up. I'm gonna make my room a different set of lights on. There we go. I'm back. All right. Could we hypothetically take these walls and remove the color so it's not so dark? We could. Let me just check something. Alright, good. Yeah, we're gonna have to put some kind of tower barricade or something. I mean, there's this thing that says it's a connector. Maybe put it under? No, it has to go over. I'm not a fan of this one. We can find another tower. All right. Whoops. If I take away the color on this as well, what if I make it dark? Ooh. Hold up. Did we just cook? I think we did. Okay. Put this back to 5. Okay, the issue kind of becomes the size. Unless... No. Fern, welcome. Happy to have you here. All right, we're trying to fix this wall. Finally, I think. At first, I was thinking about doing this metal one, but it's a little too dark. So I'm actually gonna get rid of it. I think stone might be the best thing, but honestly, I kind of want to put a dark kingdom somewhere now. Not sure where. Let's see. Let's look for our standard wall that we found. Sadly, these fortified spikes, as cool as they would have been, didn't work. We can put it on the orc one, though. So, at least it'll look good there. Question is, do we want to do these brick ones? Or do we want to do stone? That is huge. Did I even place it? I don't think I did. Okay. It's option 1, and then this is option 2. I think option 2 is a bit better. Yeah, it goes with the kingdom, and then this wall kind of matches this one. All right, Fern, we're going with stone wall. I think this one will slightly be better to connect to. We'll just do that. Keith, what's up, man? How you doing? All right. Okay. This might be... We might just honestly have to change the entire cliff. Let's test that and see if it works better. Should we just make it a ring? Kind of did like this slope, but I mean, it doesn't showcase. The issue is this little section right here annoys me. We will find a solution. We will engineer it if we have to. There are these curved ones already. It's just gonna look really weird. I'm gonna put it everywhere. Okay, well, what if we hypothetically work with it? Okay, that one might work. Ooh, okay. We actually might just go with this one, guys. Which means we're kind of gonna change the architecture of some stuff. Okay, so if we're gonna use these ones, we're gonna want to use these towers, and also place these bastions around. Thing is I think we changed the coloration of it though. Oh, the blue could... Okay, this can kind of work, actually. Right, we have a pretty blue kingdom over here. So we kind of want their colors to be blue. Where can I even place this? Make the wall like at 4. I guess I could place it as a connector maybe? That's the annoying thing about walls. They sound so simple, but they're actually just so annoying. So we know for sure it'd be placed there. Actually, I need to grab it from this asset. Oh, these are all the curves specifically. Okay. That's about... Let's see, 46, 97. We don't need to get it exact, we just need to get it around the same. Okay, that should be good. Okay, we kind of fall into the same problem though. I don't think this looks as nice. I think these in general you just place on top. I don't know. Do you guys think these walls look okay? Kind of... Because we're essentially mixing elven assets with human assets, as far as Incarnate goes. Yeah, the connectors get a bit weird. Yeah, maybe we just go back to stone. We're just gonna have to deal with the curve. That's way too large. Oh! This whole time we could have used these smaller ones. That would have solved everything. Half elven, half human sounds like a half-elf run city to me. That could be a good point. The only issue is we would preferably put it near the elves in general, which I think is pretty much going to be over here. The only thing is I feel like I've made this forest way too big in hindsight. I've also, like, I definitely made this city too large, but I don't want to downscale it. It's going to be a lot of work. But I could just establish that these two areas are essentially villages and not part of the kingdom itself. That way we could still have some villages. But it's fine. It's one continent, so we don't need it to absolutely fill everything in the world, which is the nice part. Okay. Yes, okay, we've solved it. This'll be better. right there. Okay, let's finally put the finishing touches to this area. Is it weird if I curve it just a little? It's a little weird. What if we put it here? It is noticeably a little weird. Can't do a long boy. You have to go with the short ones. Which we could probably just place one. This is 29. Let's do 25. So if you guys are making your own maps, by the way, sometimes when it comes to them looking at the map, objects that are kind of further away make them a little smaller. Gives a bit of more 3D effect. It can also help with connecting stuff. So like, this wall's at 21, but this one's... Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. This one's at 20. If I put it back to 21, even though it's the same size, you could see that the connection is not as good as if I just downscale it. Then it can kind of connect a bit better. A little neat trick. Okay. Does the short boy curve at all? Oh, it definitely does. Okay, let's place... Ah, curse you. Can I flip this? That doesn't work too well. Let's place it here, and then we'll place something. There we go. Whoops. We're making all kinds of mistakes today. It's usually what happens though once you start getting everything cluttered. Some of these, like, they have little bastions that you can put on top, and they're really nice, like what these ones are here. I guess I should look up battle. Maybe I'll find it there. Nah. I straight up look bastion. Aha! We found them! These are really cool. There we go. In fact, is it worth it to just place these instead of... Honestly, I would kind of like to. It's the more kingdom look. Okay. I don't think we're gonna be able to put a sort of another section of city there, so we're just gonna do this. All right, that looks way better. I am very satisfied with that, and that shit took forever. Just to decide on a wall. What we could do now instead, though, is actually place villages alongside here. Kind of increase the size of what's going on. Three. Yeah, these are all at 3. Okay. Yeah, that'll work better. We can place a long wall here. There we go. And then a final one. I'm going right there. Okay. Now we essentially have this wall built. I don't want to put another bastion, but I do want to see if there are watchtowers to place around. Okay, these are wooden ones, which we might as well get to this now. Give me 1 second, I'm about to drink something. Okay, so to make the ranger class at least a little useful, or rather more useful with environment and stuff, I like to put ranger towers in the world every now and then. So I place them around an area, and then essentially there's a ranger there that kind of knows like the nearby landscape and environment. So if they're ever tracking something or looking for someone or some kind of animal or beast or something, if they go to one of these towers, they'll meet a ranger. It's kind of like real life with forest rangers and stuff. So I usually place them around, and then when a player sees it on the map, they know like, oh, guys, if we go there, like, we can find a ranger. And they will tell us where we need to go. I just wish it reflected the environment, so I put like snow ones. But now we've placed those around, we'll be fine. That being said, though, I needed a like a city watchtower. Is there any way for me to watch these streams after they're over to see what happens to the bits that I missed? I think if you go on my channel and you click live, there should be sort of a playlist of all the old videos there. Confirm with me if that pulls them up. I'm 90% certain that it automatically, like, YouTube's pretty nice and it saves the streams and puts it on a playlist without me having to like download it and then upload it. Have you ever had players intentionally seek out Mithril to mine for it? Yes, absolutely. In one of my maps, I had a... let me see. This one right here. Whoops. this map, which was kind of like my little pirate map-esque thing, all the way to the left over here. Can I not show it? Oh wait, no, I can. I just gotta scroll down. This entire area, as you can see, was a whole mining section of the world. So you can see all the boats that were kind of heading to it and all the cranes and stuff. And each of these mines were mining for different stuff. I believe Mithril was the top one. I could be mistaken though. But yeah. That was, there we go. That was, the time I had it. Okay, thanks. I was able to find the streams. Alright, perfect. Good. Now you don't have to miss out on anything. I was like, I was 90% sure. And if it wasn't, then I would have just found those videos and uploaded them. But I'm glad it does. Saves me a headache. Okay, I think I kind of like these watchtowers with their base color. It could work out. So let's just go to its default. Place 2 here. Alright. Just what I could do is I could move this cliff. So, yeah, no, I should do that. I'll move the cliff here. Well, I guess we want to fit more towns. Okay, we could do it here. And then back to the villages. Set them to 3. A bit smaller. And now place them alongside. Ooh. What's the cliff at? Cliff is also at 3. Alright. Then yeah, these houses have to go to 4. And kind of put the... There we go. Perfect. We've populated. Okay. Might as well get this over with now, and that is a port on this side. Should I make these buildings smaller? Maybe. Yeah. I should probably place them around this and make it more city-like. Right now, these buildings are very, very big. So if I get them around this size. In that case, the better move while they're big is just to delete them. Oh, no, we can keep that one with how big it is. That's like the Adventurers Guild. We can put it right here. Certain ones will keep big, so let's divide these up. They can kind of be the wealthy people around town. Or like larger shops. You can keep this over here. Okay, now let's grab these small ones. Yeah, okay. This is a little more city-like. Honestly, we can just get rid of this. Let's place this here. Let's place this across. Watchtower in the center, maybe. We can attach the two. Okay. Grab our small towns again. Oh my god, why are these so... Okay, same thing here. We're keeping some big ones. Overall, though, removing... Kind of like to place this down here. This will be like the doghouse. Okay. Yeah, small ones are going to be deployed. We're bringing them out. Free houses for everyone. Okay, this can definitely convey more of a actual larger city in the center. Okay, this works overall. The only thing we could do, if we really want, is to change the floor under the castle. I wanted to do this marble. See what this would look like. Just trying to see what it looks like in general. Maybe make it a bit bigger. I guess we could just stick with that. Doesn't really make a difference, but we already placed it. Okay. Do our docks. Building one shouldn't be too tough. We could place these the old-fashioned way. I definitely don't want them to be let's do 3. But then we can eventually wall this part off and make this like a military dock. These are really cool to place, but you just can't place them upward, I guess. What if I flip it? Oh, I could place it here. Yeah, let me place it here. It'll look like I'm making a cliff. Okay, this will be a nice way to kind of show that, hey, it's more down there. We want to show some elevation. Is it even possible to place like here? Ooh, I could use them in multiple sets. Yeah, that'll look actually really nice. I didn't even think about that. I think for this, I'll have to grab the brush tool. I forgot about these. These are actually really, really good to put on like city cliffs, essentially. Okay. We've got it going. Might as well just copy it down here too. That's about it. Okay. Let's go back to cool buildings. I think if we just do the pirate section in general, what we got? No, never mind. What does that give us? Okay, yeah. It's just as I expected. These are kind of the best ones. What the hell? There we go. That'll work. Okay. Let's go back to buildings. Is cities an option? It is. Now let's just do buildings. Okay, the idea is to make like a shipwright area real quick. I doubt they have one that specific. Be cool. It's possible. We could totally use one of these. Whichever building looks like it's really cool. Okay, our best bet might just be... might just be this. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Now let's put the fun boats in there. Because of all these are military ships, we're gonna want some of them docked. Can I flip it so it's facing the sea? No. Yeah, that'll look weird. Let's actually just place this ship here. If we go back to... actually, let me just do that later. Kind of like these ones. All right. And then just diversify a little bit. Big civilian ships. Yeah, ideally, I kind of want to put no sails up. Or down, rather. Can I flip this and it looks good? Yeah, it's just the same thing. Okay, this works. Does what it needs to do. We can't... let's do this then. Cool. Alright, we have our docks. I do want to close this off as like a military section. So, let's find one of these that go to the side. Increase the size. Let me place it here and it looks good. No, it looks terrible. Alright, back to the walls. Let's do brick walls. It's probably what they would place by the sea. Where do we want to start off the military section? Probably right here. Move this a little back. There we go. And let's see if we can't mess with the color a little. It's probably just fine where it is. Okay. I thought about it. This city wouldn't exactly, wouldn't make sense to have people be able to just dock right behind the... Real quick, are there like towers we can place on the water that don't look bad? Oh, right here. This actually looks good. Yeah, let's make it. And we'll close it off probably here. That looks good. Ooh, look at us, guys. Probably should have placed this first, but hindsight's 20/20. All right. One way I've seen military and civilian differentiated is the darker the flag, the more armed the ship, from the Sid Meier's Pirates. That's very true to this as well. If we look at the ships, you can definitely see right here. Okay, let's place... This is kind of the fun part, where you can kind of play military a bit and decide on, like, kind of start to showcase militaristic might. So, for one, we can show a boat traveling. I love the part of putting, like, city defenses. Oh, darker the sails. Oh. That's a fair point. Ooh, here's an idea, Keith. We can place some ships here that are almost like kind of mining resources from that skeleton below. That'd be kind of cool. First of all, let's grab this boy and put him around here. We'll make him a bit smaller. Also, let's close up this formation. Make it take a less space. Cannons are fun to place in like an actual battle map, but it won't work on this, sadly. It'll look too weird. Unless... No, yeah. The only thing I can think about, if I really wanted to, is I can make this tower 4 and then put it above, but it still looks weird. Alright. Let's put different ships. I just realized I have all these big ships, but they have their sails down, which is no bueno. Not good. I want to copy this, paste it, right, copy, paste, and then flip it. There we go. Okay. Got that part covered. We could place something in the center here. Thing is I know there's cranes. Yep, and I want to kind of place those now. There we go. Oh, where are are you so... And then these places can have cranes up here too. Cranes are really nice. They actually kind of make a difference. Whoops. Nah. Alright. Think we got everything? I wonder if defense was a categorization. That would have been very helpful. All right. How's everyone's night going? Is it going well? Anything cool happened today? Oh, these are new. These are all props to put in. Alright. I think we're overall fine with... Ooh. I don't know if those even really showcase its cannons. It isn't night for me. Oh, I totally forgot. Well, it's actually very nice that you guys are here because most people aren't usually around awake late at night. Okay. Place these. We have these guys that are kind of mining. I guess we don't really... Oh, lighthouses. That's what we need. So we place the lighthouse right here. Currently typing up a magic item. Ooh. I plan to, at some point, have a switch over to making maybe another subclass or some items. So if you guys have any ideas too. That entirely depends on how addicted we are to the map. Last thing I can do is just place a couple of commercial ships moving around. That could be the end of that. Show some trade going on between these guys. Are there Eastern ships? Yes, there are. All right. Naturally, it would have some defensive ships here to make sure. I mean, what we could really do is place like a wall of ships, but I don't want to make them huge ships. That'd be a waste. So, we're going back to the ships. Even though the map is not supposed to be taken to scale, I like to at least have it make sense in my mind. So yeah, let's do these. So we're gonna have these as just kind of permanent ships that sit here to defend, make sure everything's fine. Oh, I have an idea for a subclass I really wanted, but then Pointy Hat went along and made it himself. Oh, my bad. What did I do? There we go. We have like a box of ships that make sure you can't move. The dragon lock, by the way. Did we make a dragon lock? I don't think we did, right? Unless Pointy Hat is referring to someone else. Alright. I think this region looks good. I should put a little cliff here so it doesn't look weird. I'm looking at it from the top left. This is what I need to cover. Maybe this. Pointy Hat is a different YouTuber. Oh. Got you. Damn, how dare he make the dragon lock. I thought you were saying Pointy Hat because the pointy hat on this wizard. Whoops. Okay, back to the brush tool. All right. There we go. Guess while we have the assets right now. We can just put the glyph here too. Let's put its access into the mountains. Yep. Perfect. Okay. We need to give a name for this kingdom. While we're here, though, I also thought about increasing the land size down here. Give us a little more space and room. So, I was thinking about putting this over here. Forgot we had a fleet here. I don't know who it would be for, so if we can't think of anything, that has to get deleted. Speaking of which, real quick. Could remove all of this and just put one big hill. Let's see if that looks better. Was it this asset that I placed? Yeah, this is better. Let's do that. Okay. Looking good so far. So the only thing I was again theorizing was that if we wanted to add some more terrain, we could add it to the spot here. Actually, wait, I kind of want to keep that dock, that broken down dock. So we could like to keep Cathead. That's pretty iconic. Let's make this smaller. And what if we connected it around here? Now we have a big region to the south. Belgrade, I'm not really confident in the name either. Belgrade can sound cool. I like Felgrid. Place the whirlpool over here. This fleet we're gonna have to move. We can move it to this area for now. We never finished with this kingdom, but you know, it is what it is. We'll have it here for now if we think of a better name, or you feel with one you're more comfortable with, Keith, we could go with it, but Felgrid is not bad at all. I actually like that a lot. Give it a little bit of a... Let's do an upward curve. Ooh, that could look good. Put a pin on that font. Let's go with that. Sounds nice. We also haven't named this one. We could probably get to naming stuff right now. Honestly, it helps the map a lot. So let's think. So for here, call this Giant Rest. Giants Rest Peaks. Wait, we already have a peak somewhere else. What's another name that we put? We just call it Giants Rest Range. Like Mountain Range. Now let's just do Giants Rest. What if we place that over here? It could be people name that because of the undead skeleton. Nothing, welcome. Hello, I like how the stream always has homebrew, subclasses, and items, but I always just watch you work on the map. I think the only time I put it there, I did the homebrew stuff at the beginning, and then did the map, so now I'm trying to do the reverse. I'm doing the map first to kind of get people in, and then jump into the homebrew, so we have more people there. And see how that goes. A lot of times I put the homebrew stuff, and I plan to do homebrew, but if I'm in the zone with the map or I get too sleepy, I will cut it a bit early. But it is funny that you bring it up, Nothing, because we are actually it's about to be 11 my time. And that's where I plan to end the map portion and the jump. Names actually give a very, very nice detail to your map. Makes it feel a lot more life. Oh, Giant's Precipice? Precipice? I have not heard about that word. What does it mean? Or is it just the word you made up? Precipice. Very steep rock face. Ooh. What if we call the individual mountain it's at the precipice? Precipice? I don't know if I'm saying it right. I think we'll do that. So real quick, we're gonna put a map. Put it right here where he is. Alright. We got that down. Well, I always miss it, sadly. I am at work. Oh. It is a tragic tale. Need a name for also the eastern city over here. So, like, naming is probably one of my weaker points. Sometimes it comes to me like that, and then other times it takes me a neon. But lately, the move I have learned is you could start using AI to name stuff for you if you want to use like ChatGPT and stuff. I have not used it yet, but I know it's actually an option. My friend started using it and he told me about it. You could tell it like, hey, I need a name for like a dwarven city that kind of sounds like this. Sometimes I've been tempted. I kind of like the idea of putting like an abstract name to these villages. Like, what if we call it like the 7th province and the 9th province? Youngling for an Asian city? Sounds a bit like a rapper. Youngling. What's a cool way we might be able to do this? We could put it here. Let's see. I wanted to do is that how you spell province? Yes. Alright, and then later on, we will figure out why they're called the 7th province and the 9th province. And where are the other ones. 9th province. Youngling. Youngling on the beat. Alright, guys. We're going with the Youngling. Guys, what if we make a town for you guys? Like the Twitch chat town. Oh, new update. Ready for my GeForce. Alright guys, if we wanted to make a town for you guys to live in, where would we place it? I'm gonna clean up the map a bit while you guys choose somewhere. What is the lore of the dragon over Youngling? That's a good point. We will figure that out shortly. I wanted to make it an actual statue that is around, like that they've built. That goes around the peaks. It'd be pretty cool. Are you on Twitch right now? I am not, but I have thought about just multi-streaming. I know there's a way you could do it and put your chats together, so I'll probably figure it out this week and do it. But if I am streaming, it is midnight_coffee TV is the channel. Because I started out streaming there, but streaming on, like, starting out streaming on Twitch versus YouTube. YouTube's way better if you're making videos and shorts and stuff, because as you guys can see, when you click on my videos and subscribe, you can see that I'm live and then jump in. But on Twitch, you don't have any, like, channel recognition in that sense. My plan originally was to stream at 1,000 subscribers. I felt like that was going to be a good point, but then I kind of got in the mood for it. So definitely, like, when I hit 1,000, hopefully, that's when I'll really start being a lot more active with it, a lot more clear. And then that's definitely when I'll do streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. Which I have heard is against TOS for Twitch, but no one's ever got in trouble for it. Let's put cat head right there. Maybe have it so once an ancient dragon said to a small village, younglings, you will go far, and that's... Ooh! Nothing. That is an excellent way to do it. He called them younglings, so they thought the name of the city should be Youngling. I like that a lot. Oh, fantastic job. That's a good way to do it. So we're gonna have to give a name for the dragon, but this city essentially started as a small village. And this dragon, who was a deity to them, came and protected them and called them younglings. No, stay on YouTube. It's better than Twitch. Well, the plan is to be on both. So it's like, from what I've heard is you can essentially, so let's go back to the old OneNote of explanations. Which works out, because we have 2 minutes left on the map section, so we're about to do Homebrew in a second anyways. This is super bright. Okay. So, like, from what I've heard was that right now... Oh, ignore that. Actually, instead of trying to draw me... Look, guys, here I am. So right now, I'm, like, sending my stream to YouTube, and you guys are watching it. And then if I wanted to stream on Twitch, I would send it to Twitch, and then it would be watched on that. But from what I heard, this other one, you stream it to, like, this third-party website. I don't know what it's called. We're just gonna put a circle, and then it displays it both on Twitch and on YouTube. So that way, if I have an audience on YouTube, they're watching it. If I have an audience on Twitch, they're watching it. And I'm just streaming it to this one source that then distributes it to the other two. From what I've heard, that's how it works. I will research it later, probably tomorrow. But if I had to choose between Twitch or YouTube, I would choose YouTube because, simply put, I'm also making videos and shorts. It's actually, like, my main thing. So for Twitch, which is exclusively streaming, I wouldn't be able to do that. But for YouTube, I can make my videos and then go live. But I'm sure there's pros and cons to both. I just have not streamed enough or got into a point where I need to look at those details and see what matters. Plot twist, the Dragon of Youngling is actually Leviathan. That'd be a big plot twist. The whole identity of the city. Which could potentially be the quest for it. Alright, we're saving the map. Which, by the way, that's something to bring up. Do you guys... I've asked it before, and I'll keep asking it periodically, so that I can stay in tune with what you guys like, but do you like the idea of us making the map and making all the locations first and then building the lore? Or would you prefer that once we've essentially finished the city, we then take the time to write the lore for it? There's obviously going to be pros and cons to both. If we wait to write the lore, we can make everything a little more attached, but doesn't mean we can't do it the other method. It's just a little more work. Alright, this is saved. We're closing this out. All right, so we have two options. We can do subclasses, or we can do items. What do you guys feel like? Can't believe this got deleted. I've asked a lot of questions all at once, so I'm gonna give you guys a second. Both is good. Both is definitely good. More of which one do we want to start with? Let me change the title while you guys type out. Give me 1 second. All right. I think it's good to make some of the lore during the creation because life history are things that happen at the same time and not always logically. Yeah, I could agree with that. Can we make an artificer subclass based around fighting with improvised, quickly made weapons that last for a few turns? Ooh. But are you thinking more of like weapons or gadgets? So like an artificer that during battle can create weapons and a few actions that last only a few hits. What if, because crafting the weapon is a bit tough, what if instead they can craft like runes that they can put on weapons that give an effect for a couple turns? Kind of like an enchanter. Like putting an enchantment on items. So they can put an enchantment on kind of like a normal object and turn it into like a gadget, like a grenade or something. Or they can put it on like a spear they have, and then all of a sudden spear can like do certain stuff. I think that might be... What do you think about that? Could kind of be like a rune artificer. That's at least something that I feel like... Yeah, I feel like with how D&D works, it might be the best way to implement it. Like a scrap bomb that has a chance to fail, or even makeshift nunchucks that would have a chance to splinter on impact. But isn't there already a Rune Knight and Rune Wizard? I know there's Rune Knight, for sure, and what Rune Knight mainly does is it enchants its own weapons. I know there's not a Rune Wizard, though, unless something's changed since I last looked. Let's check it out. Yeah, so we're good on the wizard part, but for sure, Rune Knight fighters can place like a rune for their own weapon. So it's kind of the same idea almost, but you're doing it for other people. The thing I'm thinking about it though is that like, as an artificer, it would kind of be cool if you can change the the stats of some weapons for a while. So like, for example, you can give it like extended reach. Let's say you can make it finesse and versatile. We'll put those together, probably. What if you can give it the throne and not retract, but resummon aspect? So like you can give it to a weapon, if you throw it, it can come back to you for X amount of turns. So I guess like Rune Artificer isn't really clear cut, as it's more of kind of like an enchanter. I think this could really be cool. And so what we could do is we can kind of create certain ones, if you're down for it, nothing. Certain enchants that happen in combat for X amount of turns. And then what if you have some enchantments that you can put that are once per use, and these can be like kind of stronger but more specific ones. So like, hey, you know, this one has a double hit property, so that like once you can strike twice. Or an upgrader. An upgrader can kind of be cool. I don't know if you play League of Legends, but like Ornn. I mean, in that case, we could kind of put them all together and make a blacksmith, because Artificer does not have a blacksmith, which I always felt like was a little weird. Oh, there's Battlesmith, but this is like making an armor set. Improviser? Improviser could kind of work. I don't know if you saw the link, but I posted a like to the rune wizard called the Rune Crafter. It might be a homebrew one then. Oh, it's on the UA. Got it. Yeah, yeah. Let's check out what it does. I'm actually curious. Okay. Yeah, these are kind of cool. Okay, then yeah, we could stay away from runes, since this looks like it'll come out soon. It'll kind of be redundant. It's actually a really cool wizard subclass, so I'd play this. Yeah, I didn't see the link either. I don't know if I heard that YouTube might automatically block links. Yeah, let's test it. I link this one in chat. This one popped up. RIP. Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe YouTube automatically blocks it. Oh, okay. So here are the actual... This is the actual one. Ignore that previous link I sent. Let me actually just remove that one. There we go. This is the real one. Okay, so we can see a lot of other ones. We can actually kind of check these out. But it is the same one. This one is just the official one, so... Oh, some new feats. So the new like book gonna be a lot about giants, it looks like. What I can assume. Circle of the Prime Ball? Ooh. You can kind of summon a giant, essentially. This is kind of cool. I usually avoid pet classes. I can't deal with the management. But I can't deny that it is super awesome. Okay, so from what you said, nothing. We want an improviser. Okay, so the ideas is creating short-lived tools and weapons in combat. Okay. Question is, we gotta think of a way of like, is this artificer creating the weapons for themselves, or are they creating the weapons to give to other people? That's going to be our main question to ask, is do we want to give it to our other party members? Can you have the improviser artificer be able to use raw materials around them after 3 actions, create a weapon that has 1d4 chance of breaking? 3 rounds is a little too long. I like the idea of them using stuff around them. But 3 actions, just, it sucks for the player to have to wait 3 turns. Which will essentially break down to like almost sometimes half an hour. I'm down to make it 1 action. Maybe you can play both, yeah. So the only issue is at some point players get a weapon that they really love and they don't really use anything else. So we have to incentivize them to use it in some way. So we want to make it pretty powerful, but we also want to limit it. So in that case, it depends if you want the artificer to be support or offensive survival thing. I mean, that could be kind of cool is if they could make like remedies and potions really quick. I mean, there is alchemists that makes potions, so we don't want to step on their turf too much. The only thing I can think about right now is devising a system that, like, depending if they're around dirt, stone, grass, snow, like sand, I guess is the main one. Depending on which environment they're in, they can create certain stuff. So in some cases it might be weapons, in other cases it might just be tools. That might be the best thing. In that case, though, what would we really think of? Maybe the improvised weapons can be given to allies using the environment and items they could create their own weapons. Oh, I think I see what you mean. Like if they're in the jungle, like this artificer can put together like a spear together. Grabbing like the wood, the vines, the stone head, sharpening it. I mean, so if that's the case, like, so for grass, I can think of weapons. Well, actually more like spears. Remedies, so stuff to heal. Poisons. I'm spelling poisons wrong. That's just autocorrect it. Poison. That's wrong too? How do you spell poison? Oh my god, why can I not spell poison? This is why I don't play rogues. Poison? Oh, it's with an O. Why don't you guys tell me this? Poison. Maybe they can use items like a quarterstaff and some scrap metal in their inventory to make a makeshift hammer. There we go. Yeah. We got poison. Thank you, guys. Or maybe net too. Yeah, so I think, well, the thing is with it being improv, like, there's no way we can write all of it. So a lot of it is going to be like, hey, you know, tell your DM I'm thinking about making this. And then the DM can be like, oh yeah, that sounds good. Sounds like you can use that. So slings, we'll put etc. So for dirt, I'm not sure, but for stone, I know that's where we can make hammers. I think like using the different materials allows you to make different weapons too. Silver weapons. You find like silver in the ground. We could put like silver coat. Whetstones so that you can like sharpen weapons. Would you say that holy water could be laced onto a weapon like it's a hyper particular poison? Yeah, a lot of people use it when they go against like undead, like zombies or vampires. If they have like a vial of holy water, they'll coat their weapon with it, and then usually your DM will allow them to do more damage. And typically it's double damage. So yeah, absolutely. It's a really cool idea. It's fun to play into those notions. Like again, we're putting silver coat, like silver is supposed to be really strong against werewolves and vampires, so you would have that. So I mean, that's one thing that can be kind of cool with the artificer for the improviser is like, you know, as a DM, put your werewolves around stone quarries and stuff, or just stone areas in general. And then your artificer could take time to grab silver materials and then coat like weapons with it. And then in general, make whetstones to sharpen. For snow, I mean, it's like you can make water with it. I'm also just thinking like magically, reagent wise. Like for example, sand, I can assume you can make explosives with that. Glass, but I don't really know what you would use glass for. We could say that snow has crystals they could use to make like freezing bombs. The thing is, like, it's a little tough to write out nothing for the simple fact that with the improviser, you kind of need to wait to hear what they want to make, and then the DM can be like, yeah, that sounds good. So what if instead of just like, these are just some examples, but really the main focus is we just write it in the class description that, hey, you can make something with the reagents used around you. And then we just provide some ideas. Maybe daggers for glass. No, could have snowballs to blind people. Also snow. Snow for daggers. We could. So one thing's for sure, I'm gonna remove dirt because dirt is with grass. It'll be the same thing. So for snow, we could put like, because you could have crystals. So sharp weapons. So like, I mean, you could make throwing stuff too. What if but that makes it fun, giving artificer more creativity to build. This is why I like artificers. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's giving them the ability to build, but I also don't want them to think that they can only do stuff that we write, which is why we have this stuff. So what I wanted to write here is freezing reagents. Snowballs. Snowballs are pretty easy to make. We want to make this specific. I mean, like, the best way I could think about it is like a freezing grenade almost. Like, you throw it and it can ruin, like, root people or summon a little blizzard. Blind them. I mean, so here we could switch snow, like we could do snow water, and we could add potions to the mix with water. Oils, acids. Maybe just have the terrain categorized. Terrain to forest, grass, snow, stone. Each has properties to help the player create weapons. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. That I think that might be the best one. I think you're right on that. So if we do like dirt, grass, I think that covers most of the thing. I think with stone we could do clay. I know clay kind of is usually around the water, but and then we'll do sand and like lava, kind of more obsidian. For example, you could put sand and acid to make a potion bomb, but also would be glass daggers coated with acid. I like the idea. It is one of those things though that like, so it's two options. Like one is like it's super easy for the DM to be presented, and then it's kind of like, yeah, like let's do that. However, writing out every combination is going to be a lot of work. So I think the best thing is to... We'll write out what each one can make, and then we'll detail it in the class so you can combine stuff for unique combinations up to the interpretation of your DM. That way everyone can rule their own damage levels and effectiveness. Alright. Give attributes to it. Yeah, so like I would assume sand and obsidian could give you more like damage and stuff. Potion, snow and water. Stone and clay can give you more health, so that's gone. Or we could do strength. Snow and water can kind of be con, and then grass and dirt is like dex. If that's what you meant to it. It's overall just a little hard to create this one. I know the idea and the concept is super awesome. It has a lot of thinking. So I kind of want to rewrite it instead that dirt could just be for blighting people. It's super good for that, but it's like one of those things where it's like you could use snow and sand too. So it's like I can see that, like I'm picturing like the artificer is gonna be like, hey, why can't I do it with sand if I could do it with dirt? It's like, I mean, you bring up a good point. I can't really stop you. Okay, I think instead of making it biome basis, that's just gonna have to be in the mind of the DM. I think we just put it depending on what they're making. So like they're making weapons, they're making tools, or they're making remedies. And then we can kind of get a list of like what are the bonuses they get to it. It's like as an improviser, you can use the tools or materials around you to quickly craft an object for quick use. Or for expendable use. Quickly grab some dirt, eat the Duskclad for one turn. That's not a bad idea to grab some spells and to replicate it off of like what they would do. Like a fireball is they could go to the sand, grab a bunch of sulfur, and then toss it, but so with these, what are the bonuses we want to give them if they use weapons, tools, or remedies, depending on what they're making? So maybe with tools, I mean, being able to craft any set of tools is actually going to just always be nice. Okay. I kind of want to have like an effect basis. So like, for example, for remedies, you can craft a remedy for a poison you have identified native to the environment you are in. So that can kind of be cool, maybe. Or venom. It's like, what if that's kind of like the idea of what I'm thinking. It's like, what if a party member gets stung by a mosquito, or there's a spear that hits them and it's poisoned, that if the artificer can detect it and find out what it is, then they can quickly make like a poison for it, or an anti-venom. Weapons could be advantage on attacks when the improvised weapon breaks. Tools could be a +5 to the check, but break tools instantly if used in this way. Remedies can add an extra dice to the damage. So it's not a bad idea. So the tools can grant a +2 bonus to the roll, but will break upon use. And then we haven't decided yet, but at future level, this bonus increases to 5. That way they don't have the +5 from the start. That'd be really powerful. Weapons. Okay, so what if we do the idea of a glass cannon? So it grants advantage on attacks until it breaks. Weapon breaks. Okay, so after each strike, roll 1d4. On a 1, the weapon shatters, and a new one must be crafted. For each successful hit, the number... Should we do it that the number required breaks increases to 1? Weapons break on a crit? That could be a good restriction as well. Well, I mean, I never really liked the idea of punishing people on crits. I think maybe that for each successful hit, the number required to shatter the weapon increases by 1, so they can only get a maximum of 4 hits before it breaks. But they have advantage on it. Can you make it when a weapon shatters, it does half damage to all creatures around it? It would just be a little powerful. Is the only issue, because I mean, I could see them just breaking it intentionally and just doing a lot of AoE damage. But I guess it depends on what the damage is. We could say, I mean, for flavor, upon breaking the weapon, deals 1d4 piercing damage to all targets within 5 feet. Actually, we'll do 10 feet. Yeah. It would actually be funny. Okay, so remedies, we're gonna remove this. Identifying poisons should kind of be like a Druid Ranger thing. Let's do it exactly as you said. Quick healing. One, we'll say... What if we give them temporary HP? Like, you're temporary treating them, you're not really healing them, you're just treating it. So they still have to get actually healed. I think that might be better. That grants... So that way it's kind of like you're giving them a splint or bandaging them up. Maybe on breaking a tool, you must make a con save or take damage. That should be what it just in general is. The thing is, though, is 1d4 is really not a crazy amount, so it's... You can kind of just make the damage. Have a remedy have a 1 out of 100 chance to be the exact opposite of what it is, but a much stronger version. Maybe also have it so no one knows the difference, not even you, unless... Identify was casted on it. Ooh. That could be nice. The only thing that would suck is having to roll like a D100 every time. So I mean, what if we have it that, okay, so make an artificing check. So what if they have to make an artificing check to craft? Craft an item from the options below, right? So if they make an artificing check to have to craft these, and on the remedy one they hit a natural 20, then that's when they get that. Oh, the tools, when it breaks, the user must make a con save or have his finger pricked for 1 damage. I mean, that's just more of a fun thing you could just kind of do for flavor. And just tell them, hey, you pricked your finger, or it blew up and shattered, so you have a little boo-boo. I just know for the players, like, they'll get very not frustrated, but kind of roll their eyes if they have to make a saving throw every time. I think as a DM, you can kind of just tell them, hey, you take 1 damage. Like, as this breaks. In this certain situation, like, if it makes sense. As a DM, you could absolutely do it. It's 1 damage. If they're scared about 1 damage, they have other things to worry about than the tool immediately hitting them. Yeah, it is funny how a lockpick can break and hurt your hand. Absolutely. They can be like breaking in somewhere and then just, ah, shit. All right, so I think this works. Is on a critical success when making this item, the healing increases to 2d8. And then each of these will have a better effect. On a critical success, let's just copy paste this so we can copy it for the next one. Oh, have it so if you fail the check when using the tool. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Fail the check, you just take 1 damage. As you're kind of crafting it. So on a critical success when making this item, one thing we could have is it doesn't break for 1 more try. So like, or you have 2 uses. I don't want to increase the bonus any further, so let's just do that. You may use it twice before it breaks. Maybe they'll keep the bonus, but we don't have to increase the bonus. On a... oh, wait. We copy pasted this for a reason. There we go. We'll say the dice to determine shatters increases to 1d6. That way it can go for a maximum of 6 turns. Now we'll do 1d8. If you get the natural 20. You're picking the lock and then it just breaks and pinch your finger. It's pretty good. Okay, so I mean, right here we have Artificers' first feature pretty much, which is the big one. So they get one at 3rd. Where is it? Oh yeah, we'll just click on one. It's 3rd, 5th, 9th, and 15th. Fifth, 9th, and 15th. Okay. For remedies, if it is a one and turns into a potion of poison and is indistinguishable from a regular remedy. Oh, if it's a one, like it's a natural one, it turns into a potion of poison and is indistinguishable. Yeah, that could absolutely be the thing. These are, again, things that, like, we'll leave up to the DM to decide. You know, if like, they get the one, what happens to them based on what they're trying to make. Alright, so 5th level. Okay, I kind of know what I want to do for 9th level. I'm not sure what I want to do for 5th level, but for 9th level, I essentially want to give them the ability to make anything so long as the reagents are around them, like a guaranteed success. So like, if they really want to spend time making a bridge or something, and they have all the materials around them, it may take some time, but they will make it. Or if they want to make like a zip line or a honey bomb or something. It makes a remedy to heal a dying friend and it rolls an out one and poisons them. Yeah, that'd be brutal. That'd be the worst. That's where if you're that player, you just haunt them as a ghost or something. All right. So long as... Well, I guess... Okay, the issue is I normally let artificers do stuff like this anyways. I think that's why I'm kind of struggling with the improviser a lot, is because I already let my artificers improvise so much. Maybe making an item takes 1 turn instead of 3 at level 5. Well, I don't want it to take 3 turns in general. Like I said, like, sometimes 3 turns can mean like 30 minutes in real time. And that would really be boring for the player if they have to sit there for 30 minutes. So that's why I'm like okay with making these things like less impactful, but making them more easily made. I love the concept of what you thought of, nothing, but the only issue is it's so difficult to put a listed method on improvising. At level 15, you can make it so the weapons have a durability of 1d8 instead of 1d4. And tools can have a +5. That's what I already thought of, is like just making everything a bit better at level 15. I guess then we just have to think of what happens at level 5. And then we'll kind of be done. So with 15, let's see. Your weapons. Your tools can be used 3 times for breaking, Your remedies. Can heal for 3d8. I guess 2d8 might be more fair. Medic, welcome. Nice to see you here. No, let's do 3d8. It's all 15. It's not much. What if we make it also that you may create a scroll of any spell What if we have it that they can essentially make a scroll? Like, okay, so like wizards can make a scroll. Whoops, I accidentally. It's not a big deal. Wizards can make a scroll. So what if like the artificers can make any spell at their level or lower, but it's really them just making gadgets that do it? That could be kind of cool. Oh, I put enemy of any spell, 3rd or lower, by creating objects able to form the spell's effect. We'll say materials cost you 100 gold per spell level. We'll say 50. Actually, wait. Don't artificers already cut prices by a certain amount? I think I remember an artificer telling me like, oh, haha, I already cut prices because I'm this level. It takes you a quarter the normal time and costs you half as much. Okay, we're hard capping it though. It just costs 50 no matter what. 50 gold per spell level. I just came in to pop in and say hi, but now I gotta go back to work. Have a good rest of the stream. Medic, I'm sorry to hear that. I wish you could stay here with us, but I understand. Have a great day. I put out a couple new videos if you're still here, Medic. Hopefully those will keep you entertained. Oh, at level 15, you can also attach a spell of 3rd level or lower you have seen an enemy cast within the last day to a weapon of your choice, costing 100 gold. The weapon doesn't count as magical, but to cast maybe 4 times per spell level. That is, it's kind of more of like a spell stealer type of thing. I kind of just want to... I'll avoid that because there is... Oh, have a great night, Medic. Take care. I'll miss you. What was I saying? So I forgot. Oh, it requires sort of knowledge of like spells to be able to do that. And artificers, even though they cast spells and it is technically arcane, they don't have as much knowledge on it as like wizards do. I think I like the idea that they can essentially create what are spells in the game, but for them, they're making like tools with it. So I'll do that. So long as the necessary reagents I'm doing all kinds of spelling wrong. So maybe a spell that they can cast Yes, I'm thinking of letting them cast, like, make any third or lower spell. So it's like, hey, if they want to make a fireball, they want to make Misty Step, they can take the time to, like, essentially make a gadget that does that. Oh, like a spell they can cast to put on something. So attaching a spell, then cast to a weapon 4 times minus the spell level. I see what you mean. So, like, being able to put, like, Misty Step on a spear, so long as, like, they have it, then they could use it. Like a fireball sword. That sounds cool. I'm okay with that. Oh, it's spell infusion. Gain the ability to ward an item with a magical spell you know. Be activated by the holder or the wielder. I'll just do holder. Might be. Well, what if we put a limit on it? Okay, so spell can be activated. We'll say. I kind of like your idea. 4 minus 1 is actually kind of a good system. 4 minus spell level times before extinguishing, expiring, disappearing, before being consumed. Give it to a paladin, a fireball sword. Give him that fireball smite. That's a good idea. Okay, you may keep. Let's do this. You keep a number of spells warded equal to your intelligence modifier. Okay, so what this does is your intelligence modifier, assuming is at 20, so that's 5. You can have 5 spells warded to different items. That way, cantrips can be casted 4 times. Yes, absolutely. I like that idea a lot. Able to craft. Necessary reagents and tools are available. You are able to craft an item or object. Oh, okay, so the infuser should have a lot of backfiring things, as it basically relies on quickly scrapping up tools. I could agree with that up until it gets to level 15, because you're like really good at it. Is the idea. I definitely don't want to make this an automatic success. We'll have to think of something else for 9th level. But yes, these should have. We'll put the backfiring system down over here. Backfiring starts at 3rd and ends at 15. I could agree with that. So we'll say backfire checks. The only issue is, like, this is best made with a DC that your DM puts in place. Because once again, it depends on what you're trying to make in the moment. Hmm. On a field check, your item backfires, delivers a negative. It's tough. It is indeed a bit tough. Because I'm thinking like, okay, it's up to your DM, but I don't want to also make the DM just kind of do all the work. But it is fundamentally an improv, like a class that improvises a lot of stuff. We'll probably have to pin this, jump it on another day with a full day of thinking. Sometimes with subclasses, you need to think on them for a bit. But it will work out only because it's 11:58 and in 2 minutes I will... That was the end of this part. The end of the stream. It's 1d10. Level divided by 2, rounded up to +4. You mean for the fail check? It's... I'm a little confused with that one. Okay, so how about instead of making the what if they automatically make the item, and then when they use it, that's when you have to roll on it to see if you failed or if you made the right one? Because what I don't want to happen is that the artificer rolls beforehand, knows it's bad, and then just tosses it in the trash. Or 1d20 plus intelligence must be greater than 20 minus your level, or you fail to craft. Maybe one can give you a splinter or something. So I'm thinking that upon using an item, you make your artificing check. On a natural 1, or improvised item backfires. On a 2 to 5, has no effect. On 6 to 10, we have. On 11 to 19, it has normal. And there's a better way to write all this, but it's kind of late, so I'm kind of writing more of the idea of it. But how about this? Nothing. So the idea is that essentially, there we go. You could be the artificer here. This could be your little workbench that you set up while everyone's getting attacked. You have your rocks and your trees and your wires, whatever they are. You come in and you quickly, let's say, craft a potion. And so you're very excited. You're pogging out. It's a really cool potion. But the issue is that that just looks weird. The issue is that if the artificer makes his check immediately and say rolls a 3, they know kind of out of game that it's a bad potion. So it takes a lot of trust that they can roleplay it well that they give it to them anyways. But there's the chance that say, hey, you know what, this coloration looks weird. I toss it because they kind of know. What if they make the potion, and then when it gets used, that's when you ask the artificer to make his check. And so then it's decided if it has a good effect or a bad effect in the moment that it is used, so that if they did roll like a 2, there's no avoiding it, they already drink it. I think that is actually the best way to implement that and not have it be metagamed in a way. So it's at least where my head's at. Only on first use upon an item, use intelligence check of 20, your current level. The thing instantly breaks, stopping all effects on 1 if it hurts you. Game Minecraft powers artificer. Yeah, exactly. Just workbenching it and building up. Yeah, so I think that might be the idea with the backfire. So we're gonna remove the whoops. We're gonna remove the idea of you having to make an artificing check immediately. You make the check when the item's used, essentially. We just have to think of an idea for 9th level. I mean, we could kind of make it nice and simple in the fact that, like, they gain access to tiny hut, stuff like that. They can, like, set up some shelter. The only issue is, like, a feature like that for 9th level seems a little weak. We'll think about it. We can think about it and then next stream continue some homebrewing. And then we could decide on what we want with that. And then we'll make another subclass too, but we'll decide what the 9th level ability should be. Oh, and the 5th. Yeah, there's 2. So yeah, we'll do that. It could be more RP based. That's what I'm also thinking too. Because Artificer has a lot that already gives it a lot for combat. For the most part. They already have a lot of their inventions already figured out. But it is officially midnight, a little later. That is unfortunately the time where I will have to end the stream. But I am so glad to have you guys here watching. I love interacting with you and making stuff with you guys. But tomorrow, we should hopefully be live. It's like a 90% chance we will be live. And we're not really going to be doing any map building on that one. That one is planned to be all homebrew, with a couple of other things planned in. But after that, we will jump back on the map building. Oh wait, 9th level. I wonder if you can make traps like cow traps. Oh, that is a really good idea. Actually, I like that a lot. I think we might actually put that as 5th so they can use it a little early on when traps are more kind of utilized. By 9th level, most players are just going to kind of run and gun. I think that's a good 5th level one though, but very good point. But good night, guys. Take care. I like it. Good night with the night. The K. I gotta start using that one now. Here, let's good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. All right, Fern. That's a really good one. We're gonna start using that moving forward. All right. Good night, everyone. Take care. Get a nice cup of coffee and enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.